Number 11, B company will close permanently on December 31st due to the overwhelming competition online. Longer sentence in English, but let's just go with the end part. So, B company subject, 문을 닫게 될 것이다. 영원히 문을 닫게 될 것이다. 될 것이다 means will do. 꼭 될 거다. But in the future, so will, B company will close. Now, people will use the word forever, but it's very subjective. Forever is not a business vocabulary word. Like, when is forever? Who can see forever? So in this sentence, they use the word permanently. Or I like to use officially. So that means the B company will be out of business officially. 기록이 돼 있을 거다, right? So in the government, it's not going to be a business anymore, no more business license, so on. So B company will close officially, will close permanently. Now let's go, you can go two ways. You can go because of something or on the day. So since the example sentence I went with on the date, we'll do it the other way. So we'll close officially. Why? Because of the harsh or severe, it means a lot, right? 심하다. Competition. Okay, now don't put the date here. Where is this competition? Online. So B company will close officially because of the harsh competition online on December 31st. However, as you can see, this one could be confusing for some people. You always have to pause. Otherwise, I think the harsh competition online on just this date. So that's why it's much easier to put it, BBB will close permanently when? Because of. But this is okay too. So the first sentence I said was, BBB company will close permanently on December 31st due to the overwhelming competition online. Or you could say this sentence, B company will close officially because of the harsh competition online on December 31st. Number 12, people on the lower rungs of the economic ladder have gained nothing from the free trade agreement. What did I just say at the beginning? People on the lower rungs of the economic ladder. So this is quite translated literally from the Korean, but it is an idiom. To be on the lower or higher rungs. Rungs are the steps of a ladder. To be on the higher or lower rungs of the economic ladder. So we like to compare like money status as a ladder in Canada and the States. Similar to like this. Here's where the richest people are. Here's where the poorest people are. And we think of these things as the rungs, like the steps of the ladder. But if we translate it easier, right, we don't need to put this. You don't put idioms unless you're really, really comfortable about it. Otherwise, it's just going to sound very strange. For example, if you use steps here, we wouldn't understand because it's not our idiom. This is the financial idiom. So if you wrote it in the basic form, it would be these type of people. How can I say it? People with low income. Okay, because income is talking about money. Or low economic what? So people with adjective, we need a noun. We're going to use the word status. People with low income status, low economic status, that means they've been labeled as this thing. Or people who have low economic status. Both are fine. Now, second part. What is the verb? 얻지 못했다. did not gain, or gained, because it's past, right? 못했다, did not gain, or gained, what did they gain? Gain here means 뭐를 얻는다, gained nothing. From the, and now this part, you see it a lot on the news. Have you heard of this? The FTA. The FTA. It actually is the Free Trade Agreement. But we also just call it the FTA in Canada and the States. We don't say like the whole word like this. Just the FTA, the FTA. Now, gain nothing. I didn't use the word profits. I didn't use the word profits here because profit means the money that you make plus. So, number one, profit is always about money. Okay? It's always about money, and it's always talking about the money that you make plus. So I have a business. And it costs me $100 every day to do that business. Right? If I open that day, it's just $100, whether I make money or not. That day, the customers gave me $200. Therefore, my profit is $100. So it's always talking about money that you make. So the FTA probably does not give money to these people. They definitely don't give a profit to these people. You could also just say, did not get any benefits. Okay, so all of these are okay. Benefits, or you could just use gain, the verb gain. Benefit could mean anything, so like tax cut or reduction or discounts, but nothing. These people got nothing, only the high income or middle class people. So low income status in English, or low economic status, or we could say low middle class status. This would be the same as Koreans' 서민층. So, every day it's a little difficult for them, but they're, not at the bottom. Different from 중산층. In English, 중산층 would be high middle class or high middle status. High middle status. Okay, so one more time, another answer could be people with low income status gained nothing from the FTA. Number 13. I love everything about my new job, and the bonus we get on Christmas is definitely the icing on the cake. 금상첨화이다. How can we say this in English? Well, first of all, what is that even in Korean? When do we say this? When we already have, or there is already a great situation, and then you get a benefit more, one more benefit or one more bonus, right? So everything is good just how it is. But on top of that, another great thing, the icing on the cake, or 금상첨화이다. So, to be, we use it as an adjective. So this thing is, or this thing to be, the icing on the cake. The verb is to be. This acts as an adjective. Now, what is the icing on the cake? Literally, it means this. What is a cake? It's something that you get for your birthday or some special event. Usually it's very tasty, it's very beautiful and pretty and nice. A cake itself is good. We bake the cake. What do we put on the cake? We put icing, which is sometimes we call cream, and then all of those decorations that they make with the piping bag, all of that is icing. So the cake itself is good, but when you have all of these things on there and decorations, this is all icing. So the icing on the cake. It's not icing sugar. We say actually powdered sugar in English. Powdered sugar, it's the very, very fine sugar that you sprinkle on top. It's not that, and it's definitely not ice. It's like cream or decoration cream. That is icing. So the icing on the cake, something good is already there, but then there's one more better or greater thing that makes everything much more nicer. Now the opposite icing on the cake. So good plus better, right? Now the opposite here in Korean, something like 설상가상. In English, the verb is to make and then matters worse. To make matters worse. Now we have to use it in a different way. Here we can just use it as an adjective, right? Something was the icing on the cake. I got a promotion at work, but my boss bought me dinner. That was the icing on the cake. To make matters worse, I was late for work. To make matters worse, I lost my keys. Okay? So I was late for work, so I got in a lot of trouble. It was a really bad day. To make matters worse, once I got home after a horrible day, I'm looking for my keys and I realized I lost my keys. What a horrible, horrible day. But whenever we use to make matters worse something, and something is the icing on the cake, that can't be the main thing. It can only be that extra benefit or that extra bad thing. For example, I was late for work. To make matters worse, I was fired. We can't use it like that because I was fired is the main thing. So I was fired. To make matters worse, I lost my keys. Makes a worse day even worse. So let's go back to this sentence. Okay, so let's make this sentence. We have the first part, 뭐뭐뭐뭐 드는데. When we see 대, some people are going to think but. However, it's not going to be but because we're saying 1 plus 1, right? But would be, I want to go to school, but I have no money. But here, we're not putting any conditional. There's no conditional here. So, we need to use the conjunction and, right? This and that. All right. And since we have 금상첨 화이다, that has to go at the end. I love everything about my new job. Okay, or you could say I love my new job. Right? Here it already has all of that meaning. We don't have to use everything if you don't want. I love my new job and what? And now you could say the icing on the cake is, so the best thing is, so I love my new job. That's the main point. And the icing on the cake is I get a Christmas bonus. Or, and the icing on the cake is I get a Christmas bonus. Or we could start here. And getting a Christmas bonus is the icing on the cake. Right? So the point is we're joining two things together. I love my new job and the icing on the cake is, here's the verb here. I love my new job. And one more subject verb noun. The icing on the cake is I get a Christmas bonus, or getting here. And getting, because we need a noun, we need a subject. Getting a Christmas bonus is, same verb, the icing on the cake. Number 14. A good mentor is not just a role model, but a roadmap to guide you in your new career. Okay, if we look at this sentence, right away, in the middle, 사람이 아니라, 뭐뭐 하는 사람이 아니라. You have to think, does that mean this person does not or 100% is not 이거? Or 굳이 이것만 아니라? In this sentence, I think it means 굳이 이것만 아니라, right? It means they're this plus something else. So if you want to have that feeling, who is the subject? A mentor or a good mentor. Okay, verb. Is 이것만 아니라. So to be is not only or not just. This means 굳이, right? Not just this, not only that. Not only, not just a role model. Okay, so we're giving a conditional. A good mentor is not just a role model. We always need the conjunction but helps you lead your life. So the first example sentence, we have career. But it's not just talking about work, but generally, what is your life? Most of it is about your career. But we can just use this. Helps you lead your life. We don't want to say, but leads your life, right? 이끌어준다. This means that I have no control, so they're doing all the work for me. I think what it's saying that it will help you or assist you for you having a good guidance in your life. So you are pulling your own life, but they're kind of guiding you or assisting you in that direction. A good mentor is not only a role model, but helps you lead your life. You can also say, but also, if you want, but not, you don't need it, but also helps you lead your life. So the words mentor and role model, what's the difference? There's not much of a difference. As you can see here, I used it in the same way. They're describing the same person. The only slight difference is mentor is more specific. So a mentor in some kind of industry or some specific category, whereas a role model would be just over your whole life or in general.